Hey everyone, this is going to be a pretty quick video. I just want to show you something that I personally have been using for a while and I think it's pretty cool. And that's this right here. It's a 2S battery charger by TUNERC. It's called the Thor 2S battery charger and it has 4 different ports on here. You just take the balance plug and you plug them in like this, 4 at once, and it charges all 4 batteries. And it charges them independently. This is not a parallel charger, so it doesn't matter how much charge is on each of these batteries, you just plug them in right here. And I think that's pretty cool because for the first time it makes charging batteries like this just as convenient as charging 1S batteries on a multi-port charger like this. Now, there have been a few other products to do more than one charging port at once, and in fact there was an earlier version of the Thor charger. This is an update to the Thor charger, and all of those earlier ones I did not recommend because they all had the same problem, which is that they would trickle energy into the battery after they were supposed to have stopped. And that results in overcharged batteries, which is no good. But with this update to the Thor charger, they've fixed that problem and they've added some other features. And so this is the first one that I actually recommend. Now, I keep this charger in my bag and I use it mainly when I'm out and about or when I'm at a race. But I actually used it at home just the other day. I was out in my front yard and I was flying, trying to get a good run for the IGOW trick of the week. That's the International Game of Whoop. And the trick was to see just how many times you could power loop yourself in 45 seconds. And I'm pretty good at power loops, but it's harder than you would think to keep that going. And so I was happy to have a bunch of batteries and the Thor charger charging up some new ones so that I could give it a bunch of attempts. If I could keep up this pace for 45 seconds, it'd be awesome. But I kept crashing out. In the end, I think I got 13 in the run. In case you're wondering, yes, I was flying this build right here. This is one of my Beta85 designs. I've been running drones with this formula for over a year now, and it's still just one of my favorite overall flyers. Okay, so back to the charger. It is about as simple as you can imagine. It's got these 4 switches on the top. You can choose high volt or regular per channel, and that is it. It has a fixed charging rate, which is 480 milliamp hours per channel. That's about a 1C rate on these larger batteries and a little bit faster than 1C on these smaller batteries, which I think is just fine. The input power comes from this 5-volt barrel plug right here. I know they sell an AC adapter for that, but they also sell this. This is what I use. This lets you use a quick charge USB-C or an XT60 battery, up to 6-cell battery. If you ever saw the adapter from the original Thor charger, it looked like this, and so this is an upgraded version. It tells you the voltage and it detects how many cells are on the battery so that it can shut itself off and not over discharge your input battery. And that I think is a pretty big deal. One time I was charging larger batteries. I actually had a huge 6S battery and I was charging up some smaller ones. And I left it going too long and I completely killed like a $100 battery. And so this one's got some protection in that. That's something that I specifically asked for when I saw this. Here you can see it starting up and looking at my battery. You can see it flashing 6, and that means that it identified this as a 6-cell battery. And so that's going to set the cutoff voltage. You can see the green light down here. Now I'll plug in a battery. The light will change to red, and when that turns green again, it's done. That's all there is to know about it. So I do recommend this charger, but it's not going to be right for everyone. If I could request one additional feature to this, it would be the ability to storage charge. You can choose high volt or regular, but there's no way to return your batteries to storage level, and that is an important part of the maintenance of your batteries. So I would not recommend this as your only charger for 2S batteries, but if you've already got something that can storage charge, this is a pretty convenient addition. I've also recommended that in the future it would be nice if they used a 12-volt input instead of 5-volt. I think 12-volt is more common in this hobby, and I also think it would be more efficient. If you think about a 6S battery charging 2S batteries, this has to drop the voltage down to 5 volts, and this has to bring the voltage back up to 8.4 volts. And so going down and going up, both of those lose energy, and you can feel this get a little bit warm, you can feel this get a little bit warm. Not like badly warm or anything, but that warmth is energy being lost. And since I use this in the field, the efficiency does matter because it affects how many 2S batteries you can charge off of your big battery. So that's it. I don't actually do a ton of reviews, but I hope this one was helpful for you. If it is, I'm glad. Feel free to subscribe and stick around for more content, and I'll see you next time.